What's up, everybody? It's your favorite, or maybe most hated, reactor in these YouTube streets, Thoughts of a Predicate winner. Thank you for tuning in. We're going to get into something a little bit different today. We're going to talk about this new Superman movie. I do feel like I'm heavily nerdy. Let's just say that. I'm heavily nerdy about DC and Marvel movies, man. They are my favorites. They're the only movies that I have I really like to go back to and really watch and really get to the bottom of, and I love all the Easter eggs and, you know, all that stuff, man. So I figured that I would go over that with you guys as this new trailer has dropped for the new Superman movie. Don't know if you guys are excited about it like I am, but we gonna see. And I will say that this is a very, very important movie to the DC franchise. It has to be good. It needs to work for them. And I'll get to why in just a second. So if y'all are excited to get into this, let's do it, man. But before we do it, please make sure to smash that like button and smash that subscribe button and help propel me into the algorithms. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you're feeling real froggy, double back again, click that membership button. Get involved in our Discord, get involved in the production in the channel, get involved and just kind of become a part of the family, man. That's really what it's all about at this point. So thank you, guys. I appreciate all of you that do these things, as there's still about 40% of y'all that come back and watch these videos religiously that still haven't hit that button yet. Hopefully today can be the day that I earn it. All right, y'all ready to get into it? Let's do it.
Superman.
Hey.
The most powerful being on planet Earth. We finally meet. Now, as planned, I'll destroy you. And of course, that reporter you always do interviews with.
Lois.
Who raised you as a child? I'll kill them too.
Lex. Superman bleeding. Check this out, bro.
No matter what you do to me, Luther.
Dude.
Plans will work.
Wrap it up.
Good luck with that.
Yeah.
Make a move, Big Blue.
Buckle up.
They chose him. Let them die.
Hey! Quit messing around!
I'm not messing around. I'm doing important stuff.
Hey, buddy. Eyes up here.
Yes, bro. Yes, that is how you do a trailer, son. I want to preface this whole thing off by saying that to me, this movie looks incredible. Shout out to James Gunn. He's the same one that did the Guardians of the Galaxies. Not my favorite films in the Marvel franchise, but definitely amazing movies nonetheless. And I will say this, he figured out a way to make something that would not normally be intriguing and interesting, and he figured out a way to make it one of the most noteworthy, most talked about movies in the Marvel franchise, which is that's a big deal, you know? And Marvel has, we just got done with kind of a Marvel reign where Marvel has ran the game essentially since the Dark Knight series. The Dark Knight series being the best superhero series period ever. Nothing comes close to me. It's not even worth talking about. However, Marvel did have a really good run with, you know, Iron Man 2, Captain America Civil War, where they kind of brought in the new Spider-Man and, you know, Captain America and Iron Man going back and forth, which ultimately leads into the Avenger movies. And I mean, they already had an Avengers movie, but, you know, it leads into like the Avengers that we came to know versus Thanos, which that series of Avengers is also up there. Like it's like Dark Knight series, Avengers series to me. It's close. But as we all know, these superhero movies have seemed to not be able to connect for a multitude of reasons. I think with DC specifically, what they should capitalize on with Batman specifically is that the Dark Knight series was so great because it was dark. Dark comics. It was dark. It was gritty. It was not comedy. You know what I mean? And shout out to Heath Ledger, the greatest Joker of all time, obviously. I mean, come on. It's not even worth discussing. But to further that, after the death of Heath Ledger, rest in peace, and the solidified legend that he became with the Joker, that had to have been like the hardest movie to follow up, right? But then they came out with The Dark Knight Rises and introduced Bane. And I got to be honest with y'all, man, that might be a better movie than The Dark Knight. And it's just, they closed that out. Christian Bale kind of threw his hands up like, nah, man, if it don't make sense, I'm not doing it. You know what I mean? And he retired as the Batman. Like, I don't want to be Batman anymore. We have a trilogy that's a classic and shouldn't be touched, shouldn't be messed with. It is what it is. And the next series of events from DC were a lot of shots and a lot of fails. Now, Man of Steel with Henry Cavill. Let's talk about that for a second. I love that movie. I think that was a great movie. I think Henry Cavill was a great Superman. It failed to connect on a Superman level in a multitude of ways, like the inspiration that Superman gives the people, the hope that people cling to. I mean, if you guys want, like, go check out the comments on that video. There's a lot of people in those comments that are talking about they're teary-eyed, and they can't even explain why. It's just because, like, they've always looked at Superman since they were like 11 years old as the symbol of hope. Shout out to Christopher Reeve. And it's just major. It's majorly important that DC capitalizes off of this and gets a win under their belt, because not only is this the most important movie that they have released in a long time, this is the startup to a new DC universe. So it's very important that, they get a win here. Not to mention it has to be better than Man of Steel, right? Because I mean, the people have spoken, man. People were like really highly upset about Henry Cavill being stripped away from that role, especially after trying to reintroduce him in Black Adam, which Black Adam is trash. It's not a great movie at all. And that's kind of what I mean about DC. Like, what DC started trying to do is because Marvel was having the run that Marvel was having, and Marvel has a little bit of this humor and lightness in their dramas. DC started trying to do that, like with the Ben Affleck as Batman, which I actually think Ben Affleck was a great Bruce Wayne. I thought he looked good in the Bat outfit, and didn't love it, but I liked Batman v Superman. I thought that movie was way better than people gave credit to, and at this point, I feel like people are just ultimately looking to hate. But I do feel like this Superman movie has the potential to not only set DC's trajectory to greatness. I believe that this movie has the real potential to give people a real sense of hope and give people, and I know that sounds crazy because it's just a comic book movie, but that's kind of the idea behind Superman. Superman is, a symbol of hope, which is what the S on the chest is supposed to resemble. It's what it's supposed to mean, at least according to the Man of Steel in that line of the comics. So I'm really excited about this movie, man, and I'm really excited to see, not only because I'm probably going to like it, you know what I mean? There's not really any superhero movies that I just don't like or I didn't enjoy watching at all. I mean, I even enjoyed Black Adam that one time I watched it a little. You know what I mean? It's just really hard, but in order to get that replay value, you have to connect with the audience. So I'm also really looking forward to seeing what people's reactions are to this movie. But based off of this trailer specifically, and I've watched all the trailers. First of all, the Superman theme with that hard rock orchestra type, whatever you want to call that, man, that's incredible. Like, the theme song itself sounds so good, and seeing the CGI representation of like what it's actually like in the comics was this movie looks incredible to me. I don't have any kind of hate that I'm going to throw out there. I think this guy looks like a really good Superman. A couple of things that I will say, there are a couple of things that like Superman bleeding, like you must have like brought the kryptonite from Krypton to Earth to make Superman bleed like that. But there and the dog, I was a little nervous about the dog for a minute, but I actually think that like, especially in that combo where the dog hits Buddy and Superman knocks his teeth out, and then bro, that was crazy. That got me so excited I could barely contain it. And I'm just really excited for this movie, and I'm really excited to see the trajectory. And you know, like I said, I'm not much of like a comic book movie hater, but I do think that it's obvious when they're classic and when they're really good versus when they're not so good. Like I'm going to enjoy this movie. It would literally have to be like trash for me to not enjoy it and to not be excited about it. But the level of excitement that's kind of on the tails of this and it just being a month away, it's just a really exciting time. I'm really looking forward to seeing what DC has in store and what they end up putting together here. Especially, I mean, they got Green Lantern in the mix. They got Metamorpho. They got Mr. Terrific. I mean, the Lois Lane seems like a super good Lois Lane to me. I got to tell you, man, I really got hopes for this Superman. I think he looks really good as Superman. I think that he's going to do a great job with this role. And I'm just really excited and intrigued to see what the Guardians of the Galaxy guy brings to the table in a Superman movie. The flying looks incredible. I'm stoked. My expectations are through the roof, and I'll come back here after I go see the movie. I'm going to go see it on July 11th, like a real nerd would. I'm really excited to see the movie, but I'll come back here and I'll give you guys like an honest take on it whenever I see it. But with all that being said, man, I got high hopes for it, obviously, and I hope that it does well, and I hope that this opens the door for DC to have their run like Marvel has had, and they should be able to have this run. DC's characters are incredible, better than Marvel has to offer. Like Batman on paper is a better character than Iron Man. You know, Superman on paper is a better than Captain America or Thor in the comic books. Like you get what I'm saying? Like the Flash in the comic books is like more intriguing to me than, well, Spider-Man is like the man, but y'all get what I'm saying, man. They have really good characters, and all they have to do is just capitalize the right way, and I do believe that James Gunn is probably the man for the job. So I'm excited for it. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate y'all, and I will see you on the next one. All right? Peace.